And so the first rounds of matches have been played, and all.
Yeah.
Then let's talk about the match between Czech Republic and the xenophobic Republic of South Africa. You see, you know, I'm not saying all South Africans are like xenophobic people, but there are more xenophobic people out there in there more than there, so they overpower them. You know, that time they used to stereotype us also, why it's only few of us. But like I'm saying now, Czech Republic versus South Africa from Group A.
Yeah.
And they are the two teams who have lost their first group game. And you know, it seems the people I predicted the last time, were the same people you predicted? They are the ones leading. That's exactly. Mexico,
win and South Korea.
Exactly.
Win, yeah. So we got those two predictions.
Well, they haven't qualified yet now. Yeah, no, okay, we got the discourse. Yeah.
The predictions of the matches were actually
on point. My own was the two of mine were on point too. Somehow, yeah, I think so. But what I'm actually saying is that this the people who will qualify already, they're already taking shape. You know, I said in this group, Mexico and Korea. But this
second group of matches is going to determine a lot the trajectory of the group.
Yeah.
Because, you know, we'll start with the Czech Republic South Africa match.
Yeah, which will be played today.
Which is going to be played today. Czech Republic, from the first game, you know, coincidentally, they scored first against South Korea before South Korea came back with the 2 goals. You know, I'm giving them the favourite tag against South Africa today. I was actually really disappointed with South Africa. Not that I was we're really expecting a lot from them, but you know, just the fact that they actually now got 2 red cards. You know, if the match was even if both teams had the same amount of players on the field, you know, I feel like the match would have even been more exciting. But the fact that as soon as the red card came, they had already given up.
No, I won't even agree with you about that because they were already playing badly before even they got. Because the Mexicans were having more of the possession and everything. Imagine throughout the whole match, South Africa only got 3 shots and 2 on target throughout the whole match. The Mexicans they had 16 shots, 5 on target. So
I wouldn't say that, you know, the Mexicans, they were better than South Africa, but I wouldn't consider the Mexicans a very good team. I would consider them more of an average team, and then with the home support, the victory kind of looked embellished because of those red cards. Do you understand what I'm saying? I feel like for Mexico against South Korea, we'll see a difference. We'll see them being on the back foot.
Yeah.
The way they were on the front foot against South Africa, generally the Mexicans always play as the underdogs when in most of their matches that they play. You know, so I was actually really disappointed in South Africa. I expected a bit more because you've seen all the other African teams in the World Cup, even though, you know, they may be the weaker side or they may be the more defensive side with less possession. They play with an aggression, and you know, okay, they might not be attacking most of the time, but when they actually come out and attack, you know, they come forward with precision. You know, they're actually trying to do anything. But South Africa, I just felt like their attacking play was so disorganized. They couldn't even put like 5 passes together in the attacking. You know, there was no sequence or attacking sequence like that they had throughout that whole game. It was very poor from them.
To me, I would say 2 things were the reason why they actually did not really play well. Yeah. To me, I believe they can play more than that, at least on the African soil and all that. They can play better than that. But I would say the 2 things that affected them in this game, number 1 is the fact that majority of their players don't have this international exposure. Yes, it's good that you are doing, you are picking a bunch of players from your league and all that, but at the end of the day, they are not used to playing all this type of, you know, they are not exposed to international football. You can't, and I will actually discuss this more when we are talking about all these Northern African countries. They also have that problem. Then the second team that I believe that also held them back was like, you know, that the African team weren't supporting them, and you know, the support weren't there for them. Yeah. The team was psychological because even though the African team were not supporting them, which they came out to complain, both their people and the players. In short, the keeper heard him saying that it was almost crying or whatever that. Instead, even not that the Africans weren't supporting them, they were even supporting the opponent against them, which I believe will also happen today. And is as a result of this, they are xenophobic activity that they do, that they are hating on other Africans. I mean, to me, one thing that's xenophobic something, the thing that make it to be more painful for somebody like me is like, I look at it that, okay, you are saying no foreigners in your country, no something. But the whites are there. The whites were the oppressor, were your oppressor. They are there. They are driving black people, who are even the more Africans. Where did the whites... You know those kind... I'm not saying that they should go and be... But it's like a video that I saw that this white man, the South African went to go and meet this white man in the shop or something like that, and told the white man that evict the foreigners in your shop. That's like a supermarket kind of something. Evict the foreigners that are working with you or whatever. A white man. It's now... Think about it now. Don't you see the irony? So all these things came together and made all the old Africans to turn their back on them. Yeah. Now they are all shouting, one Africa. But so I just believe that thing psychologically,
the football that they played on that day was actually very like out of all the African teams that we've seen so far this World Cup, I think maybe apart Tunisia even had a goal in their game, even though they lost 5-1. You know, there was still some attacking, flair. Cape Verde, obviously, we knew when we went Cape Verde, nobody expected anything from Cape Verde. So the fact they even got that 0-0 was a very great result for them. So we can't really criticize Cape Verde for being too defensive because we're actually playing Spain. But for South Africa against Mexico, we thought that the gulf would be much closer. If you compare all the teams, France played Senegal, that's a very, even people expected Senegal because, of the past, shock that they had. But nobody really thought France were still the favorites. You understand? Spain were the favorites against Cape Verde.
I mean, they were the runner-ups the last time now. So
Portugal were the favorites against Congo. You understand? But the Mexico-South Africa, I feel like the gulf was actually more similar. So the fact that they lost 2-0 and then those red cards, one of the red cards was actually very uncalled for. Out of it, he just hit the player with his hand. It was like he punched him somewhat. And I'm shocked when these players do this thing with with VAR being there. They think that the VAR was not going to look at you striking the player. So I was actually really disappointed. I see Czech Republic today though, because I see them winning because this is it's a must win for both teams. And I feel like Czech Republic against Korea, although they lost the game, they gave Korea a run for their money. They scored, and all the goals actually came in the second half. So that's another thing. South Africa are very fond of conceding goals in the second half. And Czech Republic have shown that, in the second half too, especially in the qualifications, that they keep going to the end. So I see Czech Republic coming out on top.
I also see Czech Republic coming out on top. My own reason is that, they are both wounded lion, but I think the Czech Republic wound is worse than the South African one. They will just go there and stay, whatever. So, but I also believe that Czech will... The most they can play in this game is draw, which is highly doubtful about the ball.
I see Czech Republic, just coming out. I see another 2-0 loss for the South Africans. I feel like the Czech Republic will have, a bit too much more for the South Africans. And I see the South Africans, going home tonight.
Well, some people may watch this video now and, they may still play the third place, but with all these goal differences. But it's tonight we'll know whether they are going to progress or not. But what I wanted to say is that I see some people, they may want to come to the comment section or whatever and saying that, why are you tackling the South African, whatever. Well, I'm not really, I'm not sorry for you can't talk about them and not talk about xenophobia. Me, I'm not supporting them. You may want to support them, but me, I can't support African eating on African, whatever. Now they are coming to cry, one Africa, we should be Africa, whatever. When you are driving people from your country, in short, they should go home and go and secure their job, because before they come back, the so-called foreigners may actually take the job, whatever. To me, my top 3 people in South Africa, Mandela, Desmond Tutu, and Charles Theron, any other one of them, forget. So maybe because even Mandela said, it would be a shame of them now. I mean, people they oppress this man. When they were oppressing this man, locking this man for prison, they locked him up in prison for me. Most of all these Africans, they came together to see that, okay, justice or whatever. But now his own people are chasing black people. So you like the oppressors to be. Man, let's not. I mean, this particular one is looking more political, but at the end of the day, it's Infantino that caused it. This World Cup is a political something. Let's not even. But let's go to the next one now.
All right, thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to like, comment, share, hit the bell for post notifications. Subscribe to our channel. Let us know your thoughts, your criticisms, your advice, whatever you have to say. Engage with us on the comment section. Thank you for watching our program.